Hello, we're going to make a video, and this video will demonstrate logging into a gateway computer running the remote desktop protocol on the ECE Teaching Lab Linux platform. This method of connecting to the ECE Teaching Lab Linux platform will provide a hopefully easier and quicker way to connect to the ECE Teaching Lab Linux platform. Another advantage of connecting this way is that your graphics will come back to your remote device, and this will be particularly of interest if you're working off campus and not connected to the Lehigh network or the Lehigh wireless. Okay, so we'll start first by bringing up the remote desktop here on Windows, and so I click down here in the search bar, and if I type in remote desktop, you'll see the remote desktop icon appears up here. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on the remote desktop icon under best match. And the machine that we're going to be going to is syndo.ece.lehigh.edu. And we'll go ahead and click connect. And actually what we could do is we could hit show options, and here we could type our username and password. If we don't type our username and password, we'll be challenged when we connect. We're going to go ahead and connect into the machine without typing our username and password so you can see what happens. Okay, so when I go to connect, it says that it does not have a public half of an encryption key stored, and communications is encrypted, so I have to click yes so the encryption can take place. If I click on this box that says don't ask me again for when connecting to this computer, it will actually store the public half of this encryption key on your computer and you won't get this message. For now, I'm just going to click yes. And now, since I didn't type in a username and password into the remote desktop box, it gives me the opportunity to use this dialog box to authenticate. So I'm going to type in my user ID is going to be ECE demo. You're going to use the user ID that you were sent when you initially signed up to be able to log on to the ECE Teaching Lab Linux platform, and it will undoubtedly be the same as your Lehigh user ID. Then you're going to type in the password that you have for this platform. And then click OK or hit enter. And then what comes up next is a desktop that's coming back to you from the machine Syndeo, S-Y-N-D-E-O. And so this is a gateway machine. You can't run applications on here. This is only used for connecting into another machine to do work. We're going to actually connect into another machine just to demonstrate graphics coming back to the device that I'm logging in from. So one thing you can do is you can click on the little icon down here at the bottom, and this will give you a terminal. The other thing you can do is you can do a right click in the middle of the screen and then come down here and click Open Terminal. Okay, I'll move this down here just a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to SSH over to another computer, and we'll type in -X so the graphics is tunneled back, and -L, excuse me, and again I'm using the ID ECE demo, and you would type in your user ID here obviously, and then we're going to go to server 07.ece.lehigh.edu, just picking a random server. I don't think I've been to this one before. And it automatically logs me in because I'm going from one server that's been signed in with the IPA authentication system to another machine that is being governed by the IPA authentication system. So if I'm SSHing from an ID and I go to another, that very same ID on another machine, it doesn't require a password. Okay, so let's try and run some graphics. There's a notepad program called gedit. And I'm going to put a little ampersand in the back here, just so that I get my $ back, my $ prompt back. And I'll go ahead and hit edit, enter. And there it gives me my gedit program back. And you can see it's pretty responsive. I'm actually logged in to the VPN from home. So I'll click on this command prompt to bring it back. Let me see if I can type another one in here. GNOME system monitor. And again, I'll put a little ampersand in the back. And it gives me the GNOME system monitor back here. Okay, so that in order to, what I'll do is I'll just close these things up. And as always, if you've logged in with one of these gateways that allow you to connect to other machines, you want to log out before you pick up your laptop and walk to another location where the wireless access point is going to drop and have to pick up another location, because when you disconnect your remote desktop protocol session on the server could potentially hang. So we're going to exit out of everything here. And then, so if I click on applications over here, I can come down and click the logout option. And if I come over here to ECE demo, I also have the logout option. They both do exactly the same thing. So I'll just click logout here. And you see the only option you really have here is to log out. And so I'm going to go ahead and click log out. And it tells me my session ended. And okay, and I'm back here to the remote desktop connection. I'll just click the little X here to disconnect. And that's all there is to logging in with remote desktop to the ECE Teaching Lab Linux platform. I hope this was helpful, and thanks for listening.